Do a quick video, show you the final outcome. I got the hose reel on it, got everything plumbed up on it now. Move the other hose reel forward. I'll get over there and show that in a minute. But so this is my T line that I teed into it the other day. Just got a ball valve on it to blow if you want large volume of air. You can just flip that on. But this thing right here is pretty darn slick. Very, very slick. It's actually beyond slick for what I was in the footprint of it. But you can set your air pressure on this thing on the screen to whatever you want. So if you want it to stay at 100 psi, you can set it to 100. If you want to set it to 150, it'll stay right there at 150. Or if you want to go all the way to 175, it'll set on 175. It's easily done just in the menu. I'll show you here in a minute how to do that. But very, very simple to do. And it's also, if you run a tank with it, which I probably will eventually, I'll probably put a tank underneath the truck. I was up under it earlier looking at all that, kind of doing some measuring. And I can get away with a 20-gallon tank up under there. Inside the frame, there's actually plenty of room. Since the truck's been deleted and all the exhaust stuff's gone out from underneath it now, and it's just a straight pipe on it, there's plenty of room there to do that. So initially, the fuel hose reel was sitting right here, and I used the exact same holes to mount the air hose reel on. I was initially going to build a rack that was going to end up bolting here and back there, but I changed my mind on doing that. I decided what I would do was I went and I picked up a 90 today, a pipe 90 3/4. So that allowed me to move this fuel hose reel all the way up till I near about touched right there. Got that thing mounted down, bolted it down, got it fixed up. I ran out of aluminum right here, so what I did was I put two washers, stacked two washers up under it here and two washers up under it back there. And then, like I said, I used the same holes that this one was in. I just mounted this reel right here. This reel was not as wide this way as that one was, so these back two holes were not going to work out. So I just got a piece of flat bar and I welded it to this, and then drilled through, got my holes right and all that. So both reels sitting right there side by side like that. It's pretty slick. And then I came off with the air hose. It comes up right down in there, and there's a quick connect on it. You can't see it because the fuel hose is in the way, but there's a quick connect on it right there where I can snap this undone, done and undone right there, and use the air. I still do have to move my lights right there. I gotta move them up, which is not gonna be no problem. My camera is still sitting on top of the fuel tank up there, and I told them when they mounted that camera up there to be sure and leave me enough wire, because I was going to move that thing on that side of the welder. I knew I was going to end up getting a welder one day, and there is not enough wire. I'm very confident that it's not enough wire. I checked all that today, and I don't know if you can cut that wire and add to it to move the camera. I kind of figure you probably can't. So that thing's right there where it is. So I'm not worried about it. That's just an El Cheapo backup camera that they installed on it. I really have not been happy with these cameras when they installed them on it for me. This is it right here. I think they probably came off of Amazon, but they're okay, but they don't hit on much. Well, my game plan is I'll probably just abandon that camera up there, and I'm probably going to get a wireless camera and go right in the center, right there where that orange cone is. I'll probably mount it on the angle iron right there. Is probably what I'll end up doing. I think that would probably be my best bet anyhow. And because I didn't like the camera, and I didn't like how it worked on the screen in there, the way that all that was configured. I wasn't never happy with that. So like I said, I'll probably abandon that. But this thing works really good. There is, I'll show you here. I'll just crank it up and show you how it works. And you'll see this thing's gonna get noisy. Right over here will be the air pressure gauge on it right there. You'll see it. See right there's a PSI on it right there. And so like I can go right here, I can go to system settings, go right there, and then see if you put a tank on it, you can put a tank on it and you can set the tank pressure to your min and max, whatever you want on the tank pressure. So it'll get the air going when it hits that min, and then when it hits the max setting, it'll kick the air, you know, kick it back off. It'll work just like a, you know, normal compressor works or whatever. Right now I've got it set, so if I want to change the pressure, see it's on 150 right now, I can set it anywhere in the parameter that I want to go. And you'll see when I crank it up here. Let's go back and we'll go back home. So I'm gonna crank it up and you'll see. Thinks it's got a tank on it because all this hose is on right here. See, it's gonna go on to 150 now. See, it'll kick off. Let me see what the parameters are on it right there. That's just the pressure that's in the line, and that's it right there. Because watch, when I hit this, it'll start letting off. So that thing is going to be very handy. We've got a VMAC. Kevin's got it on his service truck and have not been very happy with that thing at all since I had it. Now this one right here, it's not, when I've used it so far, it has not been blowing any water out of it. And that's the problem a lot of times with the screws on the high CFMs. They move the air so fast that you end up with a lot of condensation. You can get different, they offer different things for them, dryers and stuff like that, but man, they're very, very expensive. Because like Kevin's VMAC, during the wintertime, you can't, like running the impact, it'll freeze the lines on it so quick. Before we put a tank on it, we ended up having to put a tank on that one on the VMAC, a 30-gallon tank on it, and that helped it quite a lot. But it's still not, it won't go up to but like 100, and it's the G30, I think is what it is. And it won't even go quite to 150 PSI, I don't think. And man, when you're doing what we do in the woods and different things, you need 175. A lot of people say you don't need but 90. You know, 90 will run everything. 90's just not enough, man, to do it. But Kevin and I, tomorrow, which would be Saturday, we're gonna roll on the job. We got a couple jobs we're gonna do this weekend, and I just wanted to show this unit here, and you'll get to see it running more in action and everything. I got to get a few more things to go on the truck for it. This is just a little cheapo air blower that I've had for years. This cool thing, I've got a lot of things I got double and triple of, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, man, as I say, that dog was gonna hunt. Yep. Now let's show you something else I got here. I had made up here at Ashley Sling the other day. This is a chain lift rigging thing. It's got 2 chains on it that come off, and they got hooks. They're 20 foot a piece is what they are. So they're dead-headed right here, and then you can adjust the slack on them right here. You can take the slack out of them and connect them back in right there, so you can make them as short as you need them. Kevin and I ran into a situation, I have not published a video yet on it. We ran into a situation where I really needed one of these on my Hyundai. We were dealing with a tree that was inside of a house, and we were trying not to tear up the house no more than what we were, and I really needed one of these to kind of put on the main log to handle. So I got it made up there at Ashley Sling. We have an Ashley Sling right here in Columbus. So I think this setup, it's rated for 7,400 pounds. Yeah, 7,400. That setup right there, and this hook right here, I bought up there at Ashley also. That hook and that chain together was like 800 and something bucks and everything. Good bit of money, but man, if you need it and you ain't got it, you're screwed. You're in a mess. But it's better to have it and not need it. You know what I mean? This same situation, what Kyle has on Mississippi Crane service that we used when we picked my stump grinder up and set it over the nursing home into the courtyard area in there. So yeah. All right, we'll catch y'all later. Later, taters.